just kind of want to test to hear how it sounds on my phone, because this is entirely different and new for me. So, testing, 1, 2, 3. Getting kind of nervous. I think this is like my fourth take now. So, what's it like being a furry? Being a furry to me means acceptance, discovery, a community, and I love it. Hi, I'm Toby, and I'm 27 years old, and here is my story I'd like to share with you. I was born in 1992 and grew up what is now known as the nostalgia era to me. Furries and the LGBTQ communities at this time existed, but I was surrounded and told by others that they were quote-unquote weird or perverts. This was a time right as computers and cell phones began to become a huge presence in people's lives. At the age of 8, I used to play a game with my friends in school, where one was prey and the other predator, sort of like tag or cops and robbers, but with animals. As I got older and had to move, it was sort of hard to connect with many around me because they thought acting like an animal was weird. So, I stopped. It's not like I wanted to be an animal. I just really liked animals, like the characters in Robin Hood. At age 12, I started to really get into drawing, and I drew my first persona, Sky, a white and black fox with rainbow limbs and tail. But of course, I was made fun of. That's pretty normal in school. I was self-conscious about it, but I'll admit, it never really got to me. Maybe it did, because now I have high anxiety and depression, but I think that just happens to people in general, especially those from the 90s. Even when friends turned to enemies, good old popularity chain, I just kept going. That's just how my life was. Follow the flow, ignore the hate, keep going. During high school, I discovered an application called IMBU when I got my first laptop. I also discovered Fur Affinity, and thus my world opened up to the art and the wonders of the furry community. By then, my second persona, Ringo, was born. It's sort of like my first contact with the furry community, and at first it did seem strange to me, but it felt comfortable. Seeing them lit something inside me. The art, the music, everything I saw inspired me to be more than some flows society laid out for me. The older I got, the more I began to break out of my shell. I used to wear ears and a tail my freshman and sophomore years. Unfortunately, this is also when I started rebelling and skipping school. My anxiety and depression began to show itself because I realized I was alone. I had friends, sure, but I couldn't be fully open to them because of those kids from my childhood, telling me I was weird. So I became a stereotype. I skipped school, I drank all the time, and it took a toll on me. I managed to finish high school by the skin of my teeth and started going to college. The college that my parents thought I could excel in because I loved animals so much, but I ended up dropping out. I volunteered for a haunted house known as Scream at the Beach, where I met my now non-furry husband. But as time went by, and the internet and phones began to really take a major part in my life, did I start meeting other people like me, other furries. especially other LGBTQ plus furs like me, and for once in my life, I felt like I belonged. The warmth that I felt when making new friends was amazing. I learned so much and discovered who I wanted to be. To be honest, I thought I was a tomboy all my life because I didn't dare otherwise. Because knowledge was secluded and those around me was against it. Not to mention society and job applications viewed on the subject as taboo or too sexual to talk about at work. I met a fellow fur at my work, a lovely snow leopard, who listened to me, helped answer my questions, educated me, and helped me realize something I was afraid to even go near, in fear of rejection. She helped me realize why I felt so uneasy, while I rarely looked in the mirror because I hated who looked back at me. This year in 2019, I came out as trans and married my best friend. Now, my life is full of color. I fight for my right to be myself. Only recently did I get a fursuit. I wasn't sure how I felt about them because to what I grew up with. Everything during that time was viewed sexual. And I always found fursuits in the beginning to be kind of weird. But as time went on, and I got to meet more and more people, I went from being just an art furry to now a fursuiter. After getting my first suit, I went to my first FurryCon, Furlandia 2018. Now, I have been to conventions before, but they were mostly anime and Comic-Cons. This was my first FurryCon. Though it was small, and to be frank, it needed a bit of work. But making friends, doing these new things, it was magical. Now, a year later, I just finished up my 4th con, made my first suit, made new friends, hosted my first panel, and even volunteered for the first time. Everything is still so new to me, but I'm having so much fun. Do I still get shy? Well, of course. Do I still feel like I don't want to bother people? Yeah. But these are still baby steps, because erasing 26 years of what society has slammed into my brain is hard. But as society grows, so do I, because there's so much this community offers to furries and non-furries alike. I know I'm rambling on, and some might be off point, but my love for this community, my friends, means more to me than you can ever know. If you watched this video to the end, I want to thank you so much. For future videos, please subscribe and like my video. I don't have a Patreon, mostly because I only make videos in my spare time. I don't plan to make this a career, but if you'd still like to, I don't know, maybe donate or help me get better equipment, I do have a Ko-fi as well as I stream every once in a while. You can find those links below. And thank you. It's nice to be able to finally have a video where I talk about it. Being in the furry fandom has really opened up my mind and my heart to those around me and has changed me for the better. Living my life in fear of everyone around me has really changed. So, again, thank you.